right. We're shilling in this segment. Welcome. This is AEW Dynamite. My guy got his first press ticket. Tell me all about it, bro. How was the experience? What was the atmosphere? What was the show like? What was your takeaways from it?
So I have to say that, first of all, the Techport Arena here in San Antonio, I've never been to the building before. I like the venue. I think that it's a perfect venue for professional wrestling. I thought that it looked fantastic on television.
It did.
I mean, there wasn't a bad seat in the house, man. It was crazy. Just one of the things that kind of bothered me, though, to be honest, was they need to coordinate better with security as it relates to bringing signs into the building. There were a lot of people that had signs that couldn't bring them in because they had to be a certain size. Yeah, it had to be a certain size, whatever. So they need to coordinate that a little bit. Also, some of you people out there in the audience, y'all need to wear some deodorant. I'm just keeping it 1,000. Wear some deodorant and probably take some Tums.
A1 commentary, ladies.
Before you come into the building, probably take some Tums. All right. So you ain't doing the butt trumpet the entire time you're there. But that's it. Other than that, it was a great experience. I went with some people that have never been to a wrestling show before, so it was a thrill for them. There were a lot of children at the event. And
that's interesting.
I think that is interesting, and I think that it's a perfect market for AEW to capture, which is the kids market, especially for people that can no longer afford to go to see the WWE.
That's a very interesting comment. It really is interesting.
I just think that when you go to a AEW show versus a WWE show, you're going to get the bang for your buck. Period. And that's just how I look at that. There was match after match wrestling, just wrestling after wrestling match is what you saw there every night. And the workers, they put on an excellent performance. They worked hard out there to keep the crowd energized, entertained. Justin Roberts out there, of course, keeping the crowd going. The fact that Tony Khan comes out there and speaks to the audience, the live crowd, that shows enough right there. When's the last time you saw Triple H do that? When's the last time you heard about Triple H coming out and say, "Hello, are you enjoying the show?" When's the last time you saw that? You know what I'm saying? You don't see that. All right. So they kept the crowd involved in that, man. I thought it was phenomenal. I just thought it was to be there. Watching heels be heels.
Ooh.
Okay. Watching heels be heels, like the Ops, Samoa Joe, that promo he cut on all the fat women in San Antonio. Watching the syndicate, bro. Like I was marking out. We hurt people. I was marking out for that. Everybody was, bro. Like them dudes are over. Seeing Powerhouse Hobbs and Bobby Lashley to have a one-on-one. They need to have a one-on-one.
I agree.
That when you got in there, everybody was chanting meat. It's just like it was crazy. It was crazy. Bruh, gotta tell you, I think I texted you this while I was there. Jon Moxley. Okay.
You saw what I saw.
I am a believer in the Death Riders.
You saw what I saw.
I am a believer.
You saw what I saw.
Moxley has, no doubt, in my opinion, one of the coolest entrances in the business.
Agreed.
The song fits. You see him in the back. You got Marina Shafir hitting him in the face, smacking him around, getting him pumped up. He comes to the crowd. That's just badass, bro. Like and everybody's into it. Moxley plays a perfect heel. It's just something weird about the Death Riders, but it's a good weird. They remind me of the Flock back in WCW. That's what they remind me of. Just this faction, but they're a lot more badass than the Flock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just being there and seeing the transformation of Wheeler Yuta. That's the one that got me. just seeing Yuta live and in person, because I've seen him in person before, but seeing him here with the hair and all that shit, just is a different Willie Yuta. And it works for him. That guy has heat. Don Callis has mega heat. Let me tell you something. Everybody out there who thinks they pipe in and cheers for Don Callis, they're not shit. That guy has heat. And it's not go away heat, it's actual heat.
Yeah. Yeah. We hate this guy.
We hate this guy. That's the kind of heat it's levels of Dominic Mysterio. But Dominic Mysterio doesn't even get heat like that anymore. They just go ahead and turn Dominic babyface at this point.
I agree.
But
I agree with that.
Don Callis has that. So overall, I mean, seeing the Young Bucks out there, FTR, Stokely Hathaway, Mike.
Oh yeah, that was a great segment. They had some good segments. And speaking of which, because on TV this translated well, was the crowd hot the whole night?
They were hot, but I'm going to get to that in a second. But let me tell you something that happened during this. Actually happened during Collision taping. It hasn't aired yet. So Stokely Hathaway was out there with FTR. He was running from Jungle Jack Perry. I just want to call him Jack Perry now. Jungle Jack Perry,
not Jungle Boy. Yeah.
And they're over. Okay, they're over. Jurassic Express is over. All right. So they're finally kind of getting their mesh back together again. They're just doing their thing. It was a great jet speed. Yeah, that fatal that 4-way tag match they got tonight. You got to watch that match. It was probably hands down probably the best match of the night.
Wow.
But what happened? But what happened during at the finish is Stokely Hathaway was running from Jack Perry. This was after the match, and he went into the front row, but he almost landed on his kid. So he had to stop, and he was like apologizing. He fist bumped the kid or whatever. So I was like, okay, try to calm it down. So later on, I noticed, and I'm like watching, because what happens is they had a guy, I guess he's a producer for AEW. He's walking around and he's checking the seats and shit. Any empty seats, you pushing people down there, because people started kind of leaving during Collision. I'm being honest. They kind of left after Young Bucks match. People were leaving. This is a long show. I'll tell you when I left. So later on, you see Stokely Hathaway standing over there by the because the way the venue is like they have this one entrance way, so they come from the back, whatever, and that's where they have the food and all that. So he's standing over there. He sent security over to get those people that he had, a little thing earlier, so they got to talk to him, or whatever. So that's a great thing. That's Stokely awesome. Did. Yeah, people hate on Stokely if you want to. That dude is cool as fuck. He earned my respect. Yeah, he earned my respect. They all, and then Hangman Page came out and cut a pretty good promo on Samoa Joe, which I thought was pretty good. Bandito. Bandito, like that's your guy, AEW. Yep. Bandito. You need to start marketing those masks and so on. I don't know if you are or not. I think they are selling them.
Yeah, Justin
Roberts had one. You need to start pushing Bandito. Bandito is your new Penta. That's just how I'm looking at that. Okay. Yep. That dude is phenomenal. What else was there? So this is where the show kind of dragged a little bit. The show kind of dragged. There was a match that happened. It kind of dragged for me, but the kids I was with, they liked it, right? They enjoyed it. But what kind of dragged to me, there was a match. You probably saw the segment on Dynamite. It was the segment between what's that woman's name? So there was the
Mina.
Toxic Spider. The Toxic Spider.
Oh yeah, Mina Shirakawa and
Mina yeah. Bro, that killed the crowd.
Really? Because on Dynamite they were into that.
That was earlier in the night. You gotta remember something. You're seeing it, and there's nothing. When it came to Collision, there was no topping that match with the Young Bucks, FTR, Jet Speed, and
they kicked off the show with that, huh?
They kicked off Collision. So there was no topping that. So that match kind of dragged a little bit. It was whatever, but this is the real point where I left the show, because I was like, okay, I'm done. I thank you, AEW. I appreciate it, but I gotta go because it's late. It was when the Maximum Male Model dudes came out. That's when I dipped out.
The M&M collection,
whatever they call themselves. When they came out, and Johnny, what's his
Johnny
TV was with him. But I dipped out. I left at that point. I was wrestled out. That was it. But Tony Khan talked about earlier, because Tony Khan came out when Don Callis was there, and they teased a pay-per-view coming to San Antonio. He kept asking, he's like, what do you guys want? He says, a pay-per-view. He's like, oh, well, you guys have another venue here, right? And he was like, well, yeah, dude, we got a couple. We got Frostbank, we got Freeman Coliseum, which you've been to both, and we got the Alamo Dome, Tony. We got the Alamo Dome, Tony.
Hey, I'm gonna keep it 100. He did the same thing in Dallas, and Dallas ended up getting all in.
He said, and I quote, San Antonio. He said San Antonio would be a great market for a pay-per-view. That's what he said. So
I'm gonna keep
that. It's being teased.
I'm gonna keep that information handy.
Yeah, Tony.
2027. Now I'm gonna tell you. So when he came, here's the timeline. I'm just throwing this out in the air for purposes, right? He came in 2022 to Garland, and that's when they did that whole winter is coming thing. And this was after they had came down for ROH and they did the Supercard of Honor. He liked it, so he came back. And when he came back the second time, he was like, Dallas seems like a great place to have a pay-per-view. I'm going to give you guys a pay-per-view. And 2 years later, All In Texas happened in the city of Arlington.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm just saying it's 2025. And if he's saying he wants to bring a pay-per-view to San Antonio, and 2027 is 2 years from now. I'm just saying.
I know what you're getting at. and it can be done
saying.
because it will draw. It will draw.
San Antonio is a great wrestling town.
San Antonio is we had Southwest Championship Wrestling here back in the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I believe Tony, when he says that he's going to bring a pay-per-view here to San Antonio, he says it's a great market for that. The place was sold out the other night. They need to come back to Techport. I listen. They can run Frostbank if they want to for a pay-per-view, but for Dynamite, Collision, come back to Techport. If he comes back, bro, I'm there.
Yeah. I've been waiting for him to come back.
The show the other night made me fall in love again with AEW.
Awesome. Yeah, all in, putting me square back on AEW.
Hey, it was cool to see Mercedes out there too.
Yeah. And she had a great segment.
Yeah, she called us Marks.
But yeah, so overall, great experience. We could chalk that up to a great experience.
Yeah, overall, great experience. AEW, listen, you guys want to invite me back again? I'd appreciate that. That was cool. And I don't give a shit about anybody thinking, oh, Frank D's a shill for AEW. Yeah, I'm shilling.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
But see, the thing about it is I'm being truthful about it. It's not something
that's fair.
It's not something where I come up here because I've been critical of AEW in the past for a lot of shit. But real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? So
I noticed
I went there to experience myself. I went there to experience myself. I was granted a press credential to go. Okay. So I was technically there to be a fan, but I was also technically there to work. That's what it was about.
Yep.
And I went and saw what it was, and I enjoyed the product. And the people I was with enjoyed it, who have never been to a wrestling show. They enjoyed it to the point where the boy was doing wrestling moves the next day.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And they knew the names. And let's see, the girl I was with, she's a little girl, and her favorite was Willow Nightingale.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
She liked Willow Nightingale, and her tag partner, I forget her name. She liked them too.
That's awesome.
And the Toxic Spider.
There's some about Tekla too.
Yeah.
There's some about her. She has like a very, very Luna Vachon.
Yeah.
Type of
aura. Oh yes, she does. Especially when she got that promo back there.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I just wish they would, honestly, bro. I wish they would do more with Sky Blue and Julia Hart. I saw something with them the other night that it's this dark.
Is there?
Yeah, they can do something with that.
And that's why I like that tag team situation. you get to see more situations like that. But
The
yeah, I'm with you.
brackets are interesting, bro. Athena
Very.
and Mercedes as a team.
We called this one, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We called that one, and I'm not mad at the pairing. I love it.
Yeah, but
Give
other than
them the
that,
belts.
Other than that, like I said, it was a great experience. AEW, you get a bang for your buck. You get your money's worth when you go to an AEW show. They put on the best product that they possibly can. Is it perfect? No. Is any wrestling show perfect? No.
No. Yeah.
Okay, it's not. But the effort was put there the other night. And I'm digging the storyline with the Young Bucks. I mean, they're broke now, right? So I'm digging the storyline of them trying to get something. So that leads me to believe we're going to see a possible match here where we got blood and guts. And if the Young Bucks is involved in that and they win, it's kind of like back in the day. For example, WCW Fall Brawl 96 War Games, Team WCW versus NWO. What did NWO want? They wanted their own segment. They want Nitro. They wanted a bunch of shit. If they win, they got it, right? Okay, I can see the Young Bucks pulling something like that where we want this if we win.
I like
what I'm saying? So, hey, you can book that. And also, who was out there too? Ricochet's crew. I'm digging what they got with the Syndicate. They're keeping that little thing going there. Yeah, that was pretty good. But definitely, bro, I got to see Lashley and Powerhouse Hobbs.
Heck yeah,
I got to see that.
Heck
I got to see that.
Yep. Yeah. Last thing,
and real quick, Takeshita and Okada. Yep. Okay, Takeshita is your next babyface. Yep. He's your next big babyface. Yep. Okay, he's your next big Japanese star. I saw it the other night. They're gonna turn on Takeshita. I'm telling you, it's coming. Yeah, Don Callis family's gonna turn on him. These two, Okada and Takeshita, cannot coexist in the same world.
They're too big.
They're too big.
They're too big.
They're gonna turn on Takeshita. So Takeshita is that guy. Takeshita, yeah, he looks like a superstar, bro.
Yep.
And
when he walked out, I was like, bro, that's him.
Kyle Fletcher as well.
Yep.
I'm really surprised that Fletcher honestly didn't end up with the Syndicate. They kind of teased that on a promo was ringside. They kind of teased that. They were like, you're looking good with the suit and all that. I'm really surprised that he didn't end up in the Syndicate, but I'm also really surprised that Ricochet didn't end up in the Syndicate.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're going to present a situation where I think the ops are going to break up. And especially now that they're starting to work together, I think they kind of dropped the seed of maybe a Powerhouse Hobbs ending up in the Syndicate.
I don't. From what I saw the other night, the promo the other night, I don't see it happening.
You don't see it happening?
No, the ops are like this. I don't see it. He's down with Joe and Shibata. That crew there, nah, you ain't breaking that up.
Okay. All right.
No, I see them feuding with the Syndicate. Possibly,
I do see that
feuding going on, but right now the main focus for the ops is Heyman. So Heyman, he just had an issue with the Death Riders. Now you got this thing with Samoa Joe. So it's like, okay, you're gonna need some backup here. I'm thinking this is where they're gonna bring in Swerve to help Heyman with the ops. They got a lot of This is one thing I love about AEW right now. You got a lot of factions there. You got the Hurt Syndicate,
but they're active.
Well, exactly. You got the Syndicate. You got the Death Riders. You got the Conglomeration faction. You got the Don Callis family faction. You got so many different crews there, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually hooked FTR up with the Young Bucks at this point.
You seen how the crowd reacted when Tony brought out? Yeah.
I saw it the other night when I was there, them working as a kind of as a unit. It was so funny at the end because they had the money. Because they had some money in there and they were trying to split it between the two teams because Young Bucks they're broke. So it's pretty good show. Overall, bro, I give the show. I give the show honestly on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 9. I give it a 9.
That's a high rank.
It's just that one thing that bothered me was the situation with the signs. I didn't like that. I was like, if people come to a show, they should be able to bring signs and not have to worry about ripping them up and throwing them. Because a lot of kids brought signs and they couldn't even bring them to the building.
Yeah.
That I don't like.
Yeah.
So fix that part. And also next time, when we get there and it's supposed to be the doors open at 5:30. Don't have a brother out there till 6 o'clock in the heat.
All right, fair enough.
That's
Fair
it.
enough.
That's my AEW Dynamite Collision San Antonio Boeing Techport Arena. That's my review.
Awesome, bro.
You
Last
dig?
thing before we move on. The question that I
Yeah,
had, and
yeah,
it's based off an observation you made and an observation I made.
yeah,
But we didn't really talk about this.
yeah.
And that is the situation with the kids, right?
Mm.
Do you think AEW should start catering more content to be more family friendly, or do you think they should stay in their lane and keep doing what they're doing? Because me and you both are noticing that there's more families starting to migrate over to AEW because of the ticket pricing.
Mm.
And you yourself said like the kids enjoyed the show to the point
Mm.
like they're talking about it the next day. Should
Mm.
AEW start moving their content to be more inclusive to the families? Or do you think that what they're got, because right now they're on TVMA and they can pretty much, they have free reign to do, pretty much what they want to do, their content their way.
Mm.
But should they start swinging towards the PG? Are they good where they are and just let the crowds adapt?
I think you can have a balance. I think the first hour should be more kind of family friendly. Your second hour can be more the aggressive hour. That's what I would do. It's kind of like
Okay.
back in the day, you would have Raw, and then in War, Raw is War, and then you'd have the War Zone. The War Zone is pretty much Raw as shit would go down on that
Yeah.
hour, so you can probably do that. But I think right now there's a fine balance. You can't control the audience, what the audience is going to say. You can put all the disclaimers up there you want to about obscene gestures and language, whatever. People are going to do whatever they want to do,
Right.
and I've seen that happen. So AEW, you really can't control that because what happens is you let them do it so long, now you can't control that.
Yeah.
So as long as people are there to have a good time, that's the thing. But I also believe that when you have characters out there that kids are attracted to, one of them was Darby Allin. Kids
Right.
love Darby Allin. Darby Allin
Right.
is super over. He's like, that's their guy. So you have characters like Darby Allin. You have characters like Bandito. You have characters, like Willow Nightingale. You have something there for everybody. I think that the kids will attract to that, and they love seeing the action. They were really into the wrestling. They really enjoy what they're looking at here, and I think that's where you that's what you build on. Vince McMahon did it for years. You have something for everybody out there, and I think that's a
Right.
good job, a good balance what AEW is doing. They have something for everybody
Yeah.
out there, and that's what I saw the other night.
Awesome. That's a good observation. And just the fact, because we've talked about it on this show ad nauseum, right? The ticket pricing for WWE, we're
Yeah,
starting to see the migration of
yeah,
families starting to look at AEW, look at their ticket pricing, noticing that it is affordable, and they're
mm-hmm.
starting to go to these shows. I know I started really noticing it about a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
and like they're starting to spotlight kids. There were kids in the front row, and they're
That's right,
starting to
bro.
spotlight that.
That's right. They got something there. With that's the first thing I noticed the other night was just the families that were there.
Yes.
That's what you have. You
Yes.
have the families. And bro, the thing that people don't understand about professional wrestling is it doesn't matter if you are Republican, you're Democrat, you're independent, don't matter, whatever. All that shit gets pushed to the side.
We're
We're
just here to
all
have fun.
all wrestling fans. We're all I was talking to people outside, bro, and I don't like to talk to people. I'm like the most anti-social person you can meet. I don't like talking to nobody. And people were talking to me out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? People were
Yep.
talking to me about shows they've gone to. They go here. They went to Saturday Night's Main Event. We're talking about that. We're talking about like stuff back in the day. That's what happens when you
Yep.
meet people like that. And the new generation that's coming up is the kids that you can make fans. They have never ever seen AEW until the other night, and now they're fans.
Yeah.
And that's what you
And
that's
that's
what you
what you
want.
want. That's
That's
what
what
you
you
want.
want.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good stuff, man.